Let's go. Zana, no!
Did you really think this would work?
Yeah, no leap.
Sirus, please, we want to help you.
Unironically, do not boss with leap, okay?
Destroying
Don't do it.
you
It's
is as
terrible.
easy as flicking a pest.
No!
Zana!
Kirak!
Zana!
How boring and small. Want the
Let's go,
atlas?
boys.
Take it.
I didn't do any
It's
bossing
yours.
last league.
But Oriath, I will burn to the ground. Perhaps the suffering of my fellow citizens will finally stir something.
Be utterly annihilated. Glorious flames! Why resist?
What's this? A real challenge? You've finally caught my attention. Die. Die.
Yeah, I am rusty.
Die.
You are phased, brother.
Lives are meaningless.
Hurry up, brother.
Pointless. Glorious flames. Creation itself. Why resist?
The others found strength in their projections. They became reliant on them. I am not so foolish. Die.
Yes. Go.
Be silent. Die.
I cannot do this yet.
Die.
Yes. Go.
Die.
Your lives are meaningless. Fury of the cosmos. Creation itself.
Let him get a little bit closer.
Is life really interesting enough to warrant all this pain? Die.
Beyond, there is only horror.
Die. Die.
Your lives are meaningless.
Alright, focus up, boys. This is it. Real fight begins now.
Glorious flames. Creation itself. Fury of the cosmos. Why resist?
The edge of death, my heart races. I am alive.
gone.
Everlasting fire.
You will long for
Non-existence. I've seen beyond. Everlasting fire.
feel the thrill of
The void.
I cannot do this yet.
Is doomed. Everlasting fire.
Oopsies. Bro, I fucking flame dashed like right into the fucking middle of the beam and got 8 stacks. I sat there and I was like, nah, I'll sit through it when I had 4 stacks and fucked up. But 8 stacks is... Alright, hopefully we don't get die beamed when we walk in. You can definitely tell I'm rusty.
Beyond, there is only horror. Everlasting fire. Is
Why is he in the fucking cloud, dude?
is doomed. Everlasting fire.
you will long for
Non-existence.
You got gloves.
something.
That was okay. It was definitely... Okay. Hello, everybody. It wasn't live. Surprise. It was all a dream. Okay, I'm not going to say anything. We're just going to go directly into the next clip. Clips of my channel. Yep. Goodbye again, everybody. Pain champ. That one-shotted me? Yup, dying to Phoenix in 2021. I went out like a sucker. Okay, so today's recap, short and sweet. I do have the character in the back, but before I show you the character, the death was a little sad because we made a lot of leaps and bounds in terms of gearing. The character was, excuse me, incredibly tanky. Blew my mind that I was able to tank a Sirus beam with 0 blocker dodge. Character exceeded expectations in terms of tankiness. Exceeded expectations with the chill tech on the mace. It is not a meme. I don't know if you could tell, but during the Sirus fight, he was quite slow. Even in the last phase, Sirus will swivel his die beam towards you. Dude couldn't move. In the last phase, he couldn't move. He was trying to die beam. Hello, Cloud. He was trying to die beam, and he was just like not moving. So yeah, I don't know. The mace tech's really good, and then DPS was more than enough as well. I'm sure you could tell. So Expedition League, I did no bossing whatsoever. I did the initial like few like beginning of the week race, like ladder race, like as everyone does, you know, at the beginning of the new league, and then I immediately had to leave due to like personal matters, like close family stuff. I had to leave state, and I was out of town for 2 weeks, which kind of like really hampered my league. It's really awkward, you know, if you take a lot of time away from PoE and then come back, it's really hard to get like back in the swing of things mid-league. So I just kind of ended up waiting around and then doing a lot of the private league stuff, you know, like Gauntlet and BPL and all that stuff. And I didn't play a whole lot of like base Expedition after that. We just did like the Build Diary series and mess around with stuff like that instead of like actually pushing into like harder content. So yeah, that was the first time I'd fought Sirus in like a good 3 or 4 months. So it was a little rusty at start, and yeah, Berserker just took it all like a champ. He was amazing. So first and foremost, do I recommend this build? Absolutely yes. It was amazing. It far exceeded any expectations I had. Second off, to explain the rip, this was actually the second or third Phoenix I had fought today. I was not really concerned about Phoenix. Now, obvious this is just bad play. There's no way around it. It's bad play. But I will say right here, if you play this in slow speed, I am like a pixel in this AoE. If you look at the max radius of the explosion here when I actually die, so look at where my character falls over and where the radius ends. I'm like a pixel, like it hit the back of my heel. But I actually earlier in the day had tanked multiple Phoenix slams and I wasn't concerned. So I wasn't like super worried about it. I definitely didn't respect it as much as I should have. It wasn't good play, but I was so close to being okay. You'll notice right here, I think the biggest contributor to this, right at the very end, right now, I let my Berserk fall off because I hit W and I have no Intimidating Cry charges. I should have right here hit Enduring Cry, and I would have been, you know, I would have had 20% more damage reduction, which very, very well could have saved me here. You notice, yep, Berserk falls off like literally like a quarter of a second before I get hit here, which Marauder Dream, kind of dead. I have 2 Red Blade banners. We could reroll into Rage Vortex or stuff like that, but I am worried about my hands, my wrists. Playing 60 hours the past few days, slamming it up I feel it in my hands, and I don't really want to directly reroll back into the same thing for fear of my hands. And I'm about to show you guys the gear, and the gear had just gotten to a point where I was very happy. As you can see, running 2-hander, no shield, we're at 7,500 HP. We're pretty tanky boy. But yeah, that's to explain the rip. The last Marauder, the only Marauder in top 50, bit the dust. All right, so we'll go over gear here. Same gloves you've seen before, same belt you've seen before, same boots you've seen before. Chest piece, recrafted the chest piece. Managed to get a decent life roll. Got the chest reflect and then rolled percent increased life. Other than that, changes to the tree. Because we were able to finally get rid of the mastery here to get the 60% reduced reflect damage, we were able to completely unspec out of Vanquisher, which is huge. Gave us a ton of nodes to go into Devotion. I also took the life mastery for 10% increased life, 10% reduced life recovery rate. Now, you may be thinking, like, why would you take this? It, like, hurts Leech a lot. While, yes, it hurts Leech a lot, but as you can see, you're war crying, like, at least twice a second. Like, especially during bosses and stuff, you're just spamming the shit out of war cries. That's 15% heal every single time you war cry. Really, Leech doesn't matter that much on this build because you're just war crying, like, all the time. You don't have time to degen ever. Like, I tanked a Sirus beam to the face and just war cried through it I don't even know if I hit a life flask. I literally just war cried and I was fine. So yeah, it wasn't a big deal. It's not a hamper. I think it's definitely a pro for the build. Other than that, I don't remember if I went through it the other day, but I unspec Merciless Skewering and went for Harpooner instead. Just a little bit more damage, I think. Had I kept playing the character, level 96 obviously, after we lost the XP from dying, he's sitting at about 15% into 96. The last few passive points you could use to go for another jewel socket. You could go for Butchery for more damage, a little bit more HP, more attack speed feels nice, especially during bossing. So you can get a jewel socket here, you can go for Butchery, or you can go up through this Fizz damage node and then grab 12% more life in the Duelist starting area. And then also Path of the Warrior. Those would be my recommendations to take, assuming you know you go all the way to 100 and have the points for it. But yeah, that's basically it for the character. If you guys have questions or anything, let me know. You can basically copy this straight 1-to-1 if you want to play it with Rage Vortex instead. All you would do is in the links, sub out Fist of War for Rage support, and that's really it. Yeah, guys, I think that's it for this video. Got to say, at least we killed Sirus, you know. We were blasting. I didn't need to fight Phoenix. I had no reason to fight Phoenix. But, you know, it's Phoenix. I wasn't particularly scared of him. It's funny because I got a lot of Phoenixes. I got a few Minotaurs. I got one Chimera. No Hydras. Haven't gotten any Hydras. Got a few Elder Guardians as well. But all that was over on Twitch. So I let stream straw poll. They wanted a straw poll for the build I'd be playing next, so I'll update that to you guys here. The next build is going to be Inquisitor Righteous Fire. If you guys have any interest in that build, let me know. If you guys need any help with this build, let me know. It is very, very likely I will revisit this build sometime this league, either as Earthshatter, but more likely, because I have the gear for it, Rage Vortex instead. I really, really like Rage Vortex. It's just, I love Call of Steel. I love clearing with Call of Steel. I find it personally very satisfying. And I knew slams were getting buffed pretty hard after hearing patch notes and stuff like that. So I just wanted to slam because I spent like a good 150-ish hours last league playing Rage Vortex. I played a lot of it last league in HCSSF. I had 3 Berserkers that I played Rage Vortex on. So I just wanted a small break from Rage Vortex. This was it. It was very fun, very satisfying to play. I may even mess around and possibly try a ground slam, a Vol ground slam Berserker. It may work. It may work. We'll have to see. Anywho, I think that's kind of everything. It's just those clips I wanted you guys to see the Sirus fight. It, you know, handled it well. The chill tech definitely works. 100% works. I know the naysayers are like, just go axe, it's more damage. No. Where are all the axe berserkers now? They're dead. I'm dead now too. Fair. But Phoenix was chilled and I had even longer to get out of the AoE and didn't. So that's on me. I'm just a bad player. Maybe you're better than me and you can go further with it. Whatever. But yeah, that's the end of Mr. Physics streaming Pog. Totally recommend this build if you're okay with a more button intensive style. It was insanely strong. Very tanky, good DPS. Yeah, fun to play. Just everything across the board. Cannot recommend enough. If you guys want like a more dedicated, like straight up like beginning to end build guide, let me know. That's something I'm interested in doing if there's demand for it. If you guys are completely fine with just following kind of like this build diary progression update and using that instead, and then I can just help answer specifics and comments, I'm completely okay with that too. I just want to do, you know, whatever you guys would prefer to see. That being said, we're going to move on to the next character. I do plan to do bosses on the RF Inquisitor as well, so it'll be interesting to see. I have a lot of gear for both VD Spellslinger and RF Inquisitor, so the Inquisitor will get to endgame very, very fast. So looking forward to that. Very excited to start blasting on Inquisitor. A lot of the top of the ladder has died. Exile died. A ton of people have died. I think now in the top 10, 6 or 7 of the top 10 are dead. So there's always the chance to zoom if I decide to. This push has been a little taxing on my body because day one I was up for 36 hours because by the time League started, I was already up for 15 or 16 hours, and then I went for like another 20. So that like totally wrecked my League start. My body was... day 2 was okay. I managed it. I did 24 on day 2, but then after day 2, my body just started to like totally revolt against me, and my days got shorter and shorter from then on, and I'm still feeling it now. I'm exhausted, but gonna try to sleep a little bit more, take it a little bit easy and recoup, and then we'll see with the ladder. But I'm very excited to start pushing on the RF Inquisitor. If you guys are interested in any of that, let me know. Tell me what you want to see now. There's a chance I push on the Inquisitor and maybe go for 100 as well. A lot of the high up Inquisitors on the ladder have died, so it's mostly open. I think there's one at 95, one at 94, and one at 93. I believe last time I checked, so that's not bad. 95 is honestly like about like a day and a half of pushing. Everything's already, like my Atlas is already progressed. I have gear, I have everything. It's just, you know, just juicing the maps and running them. That's all that's separating me. It's just getting the actual XP. A lot of the gear I won't have to farm for or anything I already have, so that makes it really, really easy. Saves a lot of time. It's also a lot easier to just juice on a very like low effort build versus a very high effort build, which is definitely what this build is. A lot of APM going on here. It's hard to sustain that for like 20 hours in a row. Anywho, I think I'm gonna end the video here. Just let me know what you guys want to see. It doesn't have to be related to the builds. If you guys want like certain guides, like there were some people I was talking to in the comments of like certain stuff they might be interested. Just let me know down in the comments, like you know, where you want the content to go from here, and I'd be happy to deliver if it's within my means. Other than that, yeah, I'm gonna get some sleep. How's Scourge going for you guys? Let me know. If you made it this far, make sure you tell me down in the comments. And again, what videos you want to see next. If you like the video, thumbs it up. If you like the rip, thumbs it up. If you think I died in a dumb way or you think my videos suck, thumbs down. Tell me how I can deliver it better. And yeah, if you like me, maybe consider subbing. Anyway, I'm gonna end it now. It's 6:30 in the morning, so I got some sleeping to do. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Don't rip like I did. Have a good one, guys.